Man, if only Microsoft would stop being the king of overhyping its products and then under-delivering on launch day. Because yes, we finally have a date for the Windows 11 release, but we might not be getting everything the company promised. We have some different leaks for the Google Pixel 6 release date that make a tiny bit more sense. And if you still got doubts on what we're getting with the Galaxy S21 FE, these new leaks give us everything we supposedly still need to know. I'm Jaime Rivera, and well, I did think that 2021 was going to be the new hope. I don't even know what to think anymore. This is Pocketnow Daily. So, remember the whole Apple versus Epic Games saga? Well, the official news today begin with Apple and their latest resolution in court, but of something that's different and yet similar. As yes, the company announced earlier this week that they reached a settlement in a lawsuit that was filed by none other than US developers. At the moment, for example, Apple doesn't allow developers to directly tell users about alternate payment methods outside of the App Store like PayPal or having a direct link via email, but it looks like things are about to change. Now the App Store policy has been updated to benefit developers as people will be allowed to pay outside of the App Store and Cupertino won't be able to take a 30 or 15% cut. Now you might think that this has something to do with the whole Epic Games debacle we had last year, but this lawsuit was actually filed back in 2019 by another party. Apple also announced that they will be creating an $100 million fund for smaller application developers who earned less than $1 million from 2015 to 2021, letting them get as much as 30 grand in payouts. Damn, I really want to launch an app right now. So yes, even if this doesn't have anything to do with the whole drama from last year, it's still nice to see smaller developers get more money, whether that is through third-party payment options or the fund. Good move, Apple, or should I say the courts, because let's be real, after the whole Epic Games mess, it's clear that Cupertino was forced. But alright, let's move on to the leaks, starting with Samsung's Galaxy S21 FE. Believe it or not, the guys over at Sam Mobile have managed to get their hands on the official user manual for the S21 FE, which reveals the official specifications and features for this device and confirmed the leaked design. And it's weird, I've never seen a user manual from a Samsung device that includes all that. But yes, according to that, it'll bring pretty much the same design of the Galaxy S21 series, but it'll lack a metal chassis, it seems, not just the back. You're still getting a triple camera array at the back and the punch hole over in the front. When it comes to specifications, it'll be powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 or the Exynos 2100, depending on your region, up to 8 gigs of RAM and up to 256 gigs of non-expandable storage. Now, the battery is said to be 4,500 milliamp hours and it'll support 25-watt charging. We're expecting 4 different color variants, including black, green, purple, and white. And again, the user manual also confirms that it'll bring IP68 rating. Again, weird for a manual from Samsung to include all that, but of course, it doesn't talk about things like the release date. And about that, multiple reports point to sometime in Q4, most likely October. However, we have a new report from the Elect that claims that the S21 FE has been delayed by about 4 months due to the chip shortage, and Semi might start mass production until next month. The launch isn't ruled out yet, but they're claiming that we could still be months away, probably November. Of course, let's take it with a grain of salt, as with all the leaks right now, I think it's going to happen earlier. Let's keep talking release dates, but move on to Google and the Pixel 6 series. Yesterday we talked about a new report that claimed that we'd be getting this device announced or launched a day before Apple's iPhone 13 event, but things might not happen that way after all, or yes, but no. Now we have a new report from John Prosser where he mentions that his sources are claiming that the pre-orders for this Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro will start on Tuesday, October 19th, with the full launch happening on Thursday, October 28th. And Prosser does clarify that by launch he means the market launch and not the event, but he does say that October 19th will most likely be the day where the Made by Google event happens. However, that also means that there's still a possibility of that September 13 event to happen, but it wouldn't make much sense to show off the phone a day before the iPhones and have the pre-orders happen until a month later, considering that iPhones will start pre-orders most likely 10 days later. So yeah, at the moment, Google's last statement was last month when they showed us the different phones. But if the event were to happen in the next couple of weeks, after all, we should be getting some press invitations or at least some leaked reviews. On the other hand, this is Google, so let's just wait and see what happens because, I mean, you never know what they're gonna do. And finally, for the hottest with a tad of expected official news today, let's talk about Microsoft and the rollout for Windows 11 as things get kind of Microsoft. Back in June, the company took the main stage to announce their first major upgrade in the last 5 years, but they just said that we would be getting a release later this year without providing any specific dates. Well, now the company announced that Windows 11 will be available starting on Tuesday, October 5th. That would mean that every eligible Windows 10 PC will be able to upgrade free of charge, which obviously requires a rocket science degree to determine that. And of course, you'll be able to buy a PC that'll come with it preloaded. Now, if you're not familiar with what we're getting, at the keynote, the company announced a ton of features like the snap layouts, widgets, new desktops for multitasking, Xbox Game Pass, and other awesome things like support for Android applications. But hold it right there. In the same block spot where they announced the date for the upgrade, Microsoft confirmed that Android applications will not be available on Windows 11 from day one. They mentioned that they're looking forward to continue their journey of bringing Android apps to Windows 11 through their collaboration with Amazon and Intel, but it will start with a preview for Windows insiders over the coming months. So consider Windows 11 is launching in October. The couple of months of Android applications could happen until 2022 at least. And I mean, there's no problem with that, but I feel like they hyped it up way too much at the keynote, and we could have gotten somewhat of a press release once it was actually ready for the public. Anyways, for today's question, is no Android applications at launch a deal breaker for you, or are you still getting Windows 11 on day one? Because in my case, I'll still get it. I think Windows 11 stands great on its own, and it's not like if this is the Google Play Store for Android applications to make a lot more sense than the Amazon Store, which lags a ton of titles. But that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to state the obvious again. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.